Hey, what's up, man? Uh, just another story. I guess you call it part three. This is a story of me being a very young kid going through some very dire times. Like I was going through some things that most people can't contemplate. And I know a lot of people that have been incarcerated and been through a lot. They're like, it's the same old story. But nah, man, I've been through a lot more than most people can either contemplate or endure. Usually it would drive somebody crazy. And to be where I'm at in life. Not saying that I'm somewhere that's just gracious, but I'm able to employ myself and maintain my bills myself. So I'm a very independent, self-efficient man. And I'm very proud of myself, even though I ain't where I'm supposed to be. And I'm still growing and trying to be better. So this is a story too when I was young. This was before the dope days. This is a story of me as a kid really growing up too fast. I was very intelligent and probably smarter than most people know when I was very young. But this incident occurred, I think, in my high school years, or maybe before high school. No, I think it was before high school. This was like middle school because I was very young and I remember this, and it was like horrifying. And I'm gonna break it down. I don't remember exactly what crime I committed to get me in these circumstances that I was in, but maybe it was the accumulation of multiple crimes that got me to this point to where my swagger or charm had kind of wore off. So y'all can see this in the picture. I'm gonna be very dramatic, and I'm trying to put it in a story form where it'll at least be interesting instead of just telling you the story. So picture this: I'm young, I'm hanging out with Tweet and Austin, and most of y'all know from prior stories or know me, who knows me. Anyway, I was doing a lot of crime and a lot of things that I regret and I wish I could take back because none of it is glorified. And I'm not trying to glorify my life, but it's a story. This is something that I went through, and hopefully my stories can help somebody grow or be better. And this is why I want to write a book. But writing the book, I found out that shit is hard, which I will do. But I want to give out these stories periodically or just here and there to where people can kind of grasp on, especially kids. Because all this stuff that I was going through was as a kid, and I'm hoping it inspires the kids not to do or have to go through what I've been through. So, lo and behold, this is as a kid. I had been stealing, robbing from a lot of people that really loved and cared about me. We were so poor. Let me start the story back. We were so poor when I was young, and I'm not shy of nothing that happened to me when I started because what I went through makes me who I am. Poor, broke, whatever, ugly, shithead face, Corey, dumb, retarded, whatever, little kid. Anyway, at this point in my life, I had very serious challenges I was going through. I remember being so poor to where our lights was off, and like literally rats was eating through my clothes. And I would used to get up and try to go to school dressed and have on mismatched socks, like a black and a blue sock, because our lights was off. And most people that know in school, they used to pick on me in school because when I was a kid, we were so poor at my house to where literally my foot was hanging out my shoe. This was the most embarrassing part of my life, and I'm not ashamed of it. I want to tell this story, and a lot of people remember. I used to go to school. I was just poor as shit, dirty. I stunk, socks dirty, shoes holes in them, my feet hanging out my shoe. I'm not trying to blame my mom or dad, but they was poor. My dad was rich, but my dad was doing his own thing. My mom was doing the best she could do as a single mother, and she was doing a great job. But she could only do so much, and this is what made me mature and grow up fast. I remember going to school, and the teacher was like, Corey, you stink. Other students are complaining. Your shoes hanging out your feet. Your poverty. I was musty. I was just shamed. I was like kind of balled up in the corner because it's the most insulting thing to hear somebody of that great stature tell you about yourself. And and I think it was a good thing for me because she brought me some shoes. The counselor of middle school brought me some shoes. And I said to myself, that will never happen again. Like, I was so embarrassed. I felt so belittled, such like a sucker and a loser that I was like, I can't do this again. So I started mowing yards. I gained the trust of a lot of people, as we call it in Jasper, the white folk quarters. So I was making money. It was me, Anthony, and Slick, and we was doing a lot of work. And I was even embarrassed to that because people at school was like, Corey, I saw you mowing yards. But we were so poor, I had to do something to get out my shoes. After that, I was dressed nice. Everything in life was going good. I had started doing better for myself. But through that, I was starting to do a lot of criminal shit. But most of the people that trust me, I started robbing and stealing from them and borrowing money. This is probably when my life started to spiral out of control when I was little. But anyway, after so long, a lot of things happened, and I was doing a lot of stuff and a lot of stealing when I was a kid. So to speed stuff up, I don't know what crime it was, but at this point of time, I was like a menace to society, and they wanted to send me upstate. And this is why I'm telling this story. I want kids to recognize whatever you go through in life, you can get through it. And it might seem horrible at the time, but anybody can beat any situation you have as long as you ain't got no life sentence. Even if you got 20 years, you can still come back and redeem yourself and have a productive life, a tax-paying citizen. You can be all that shit if you want to. All right. So I had accumulated a lot of shit, and this story is going to sound horrific. I was a menace to society growing up in Jasper, Texas. So, and I was very intelligent, way before my time, and I was having to deal with it. To put you in the mind state of what I having to deal with, imagine going to court at, like, I don't know the exact age, say for instance from 10 to 14. You're a little bitty ass kid facing a Jasper courthouse. So, and to put you in the mind, it might not or it might not have been, but imagine sitting around a whole courthouse full of white people, all KKK members, most likely, but maybe not. You got an all white jury. I have a white judge. I have a white lawyer. I have even the interpreter, the people that are typing, it's all whites. I'm a little kid facing almost a life sentence. And the thing that I think got me through a lot of that stuff up until this point, because it just kept building up, was I was very intelligent and I didn't have no support. Imagine a little kid going to court facing his life, like it ain't even serious crimes, and the judge looks back in the courthouse for your family. My brother's not there. My mama's not there. My daddy. Nobody's there to support me. But I believe that situation helped me get lighter time, because they looked at, man, this little kid is in here and they don't got no support system. Can you imagine being a little kid in a court system and ain't nobody there to support you? Your mama, your daddy, your brothers, your cousin, nobody. So I had to be very keen. I had to be very smart, and I needed to get my shit right. And I started doing it, and I recognized that shit when I was little. I was like, I have to get my stuff right, and I have to get it now. So I started trying to better myself. But at this time, the story I'm telling, it didn't come of that then. They thought I was a men's society. I had a monitor on my leg. You know, now niggas think it's cool. They put armor all on their damn monitor. I was doing this shit before it was even cool, and it's not cool today. I literally, if y'all have watched Hannibal Lecter when he went to prison, going through the airport, they really treated me like that as a kid. I don't know if this lawful, but it's just my story, and I'm pretty sure it's lawful dealing with Jasper no matter what. Ain't nothing I'm gonna redeem for it. I'm just hoping to help somebody from my story. I'm a little kid facing a life sentence beforehand, and you know they usually carry your misdemeanor or your crimes from a juvenile to your adulthood. But I was very keen, and I think they looked at me being a kid without no support. It helped me. So I ended up getting some kind of time, like a year in a rehabilitation center in Abilene, Texas. I want y'all to imagine this shit. I'm trying to paint a picture. I'm a kid facing a fucking dire time in my life. Nobody in the courthouse to support me. The motherfuckers send me off. I'm leaving school, middle school or whatever. I have to go. They shipping me to Abilene, Texas, in the middle of a desert. So when they shipping me, imagine, this has to be unlawful. A little kid, I got handcuffs on my feet, I got handcuffs on my hand, and I got a chain in between the middle. and I'm walking through the airport. I can barely move. Everybody at the airport looking at like, man, this kid have to be a savage, or he is one of the most. I don't know how people looking, but I was just looking at people when I come to the airport like this. Or are they looking at the damn DA or the fucking whatever, all the motherfuckers in Jasper, like these niggas either treat this kid like shit or this kid is a criminal. I don't know if y'all can imagine a little kid walking through this bitch like Hannibal Lecter, nigga. I'm chained the fuck up, flying on an airplane with millionaires like a criminal. And I don't say nothing. Even the DA, everybody's trying to talk to him. I'm like, I am worried about where I'm going, where I'm coming from, and I'm experiencing this shit before I'm even near a teenager. So it was dire, it was devastating for me. It's the scariest shit alive. Like, I can't sit here and lie like, oh, I'm just some gangster motherfucker and I just stayed there like going upstate. No, this shit was terrifying. I'm experiencing something as a kid that I shouldn't experience. But it was my fault. So anyway, the motherfuckers fly me up. I land in the goddamn desert. There's more turbulence in that plane. They let me off the plane, and at this rehabilitation center, which I was at the time, I'm still Corey. I was very intelligent, very fly, always on my shit. I get there, I don't have no problems. They teach school. The school was actually better than Jasper school, period. Like, they were very good teachers, and maybe it was because I was away from everything. They just had stuff together. I learned very easy, and I was passing everything in there. So they looked at my outstanding record once it was time to go, because there you could stay all the way till you're 18. But I was such a good kid in there, they had to let me go. And I could have got out early. They called my brother Nico, and I was on the other line. It was like, Corey, we'll let you go, but you can't go back to Jasper. We consider you a menace to society in Jasper. Jasper County do not want you here. Call somebody that doesn't stay in Jasper County. I said, well, call Nico. That's my brother. He will help me out. He said, well, Nico, we can let Corey go to gate if we let him go to you. My own fucking brother turned me down. Yes, and he probably don't want me to tell this story, but Nico got into some fucking shit afterwards. This is way later, just recently. And I think Anthony said, man, I ain't gonna help bond that nigga out. Nico will never pay us back. But I was like, that's our brother. We did it. He might have paid Brian back, but I never got my money back. And I told him about my issue. Now, if I was the sucker ass motherfucker like he was to me when I needed him most, I would have turned him down. But he was so new to the system, he damn near crying in jail. And we got him out because I feel like I'm his brother, and that's what I should have done. And I probably shouldn't be telling his story because he don't want it heard. He's very shy about his shit. But for me, I tell my story because, hey, you only who you are. You are what you was raised to be. You go through what you go through to make you who you are. I'm who I am because of the circumstances I went through, whether it's been turmoil or great. But anyway, I made it through that system. I got out of that shit. They shipped me back to Jasper. I remember coming back to Jasper. That turned a new leaf and I got into drugs, but selling drugs. I've never been a drug user, but I tell this story because if there's kids, and I know it's a lot of them in Jasper, and I see them when I pull up down there, and I don't even go that much because, not lately, because, man, Jasper is just Jasper, man. The cops and the way shit is going, it's just kind of bad. But anyway, I know how Jasper go. If you are in a situation where you're going through stuff and it might mean you think that you are done, if you to the point to where you done fucked up so much, you do the fucked up shit, you get through it, and you redeem your life. There's always a chance. The reason I'm telling this story, I know it's kids that are in this situation. You are great. Nobody can tell you who you are, what you are, or where you going. Trust me, I had it all from the Coach Rogers to even the people when I went down to prison told me I'd be back. I will always be a loser. I will never amount to shit. I'll always be in prison. I beat all the motherfuckers because I always knew who I was. I'm always changing. Even to this day, I'm trying to better myself. So, and that's the reason I'm telling this story. If you're in a situation and you coming out of Jasper, first thing off, you got to get the fuck out of Jasper because you end up not having opportunity. It's no jobs in Jasper. You end up being around the same friends that ain't doing shit. You leave, but only leave when you're ready to change yourself. You get your shit together, then you come back and give. That's one thing that I can't do for Jasper. I want to employ my friends and help my friends a lot. My main goal in life is to be wealthy to where I can help a lot of people. I'm not trying to get wealthy to shit on niggas, because what kind of niggas just get his shit together and go flossing on motherfuckers? No, that ain't how you do it. When you get your shit together, you go back and you help people. That's the goal. That's reality. Because some people will not be fortunate and not beat the system, but you can help them. And that's just the way of the world. So that's the reason I'm telling my story, man. And I had to tell it because you can make a change. And I just recently saw the G shit. They gave the guy from Jasper all that time for the meth. Jasper did it because they had to take him to court, and they lost so much money, and they have to get that conviction. Maybe it was verified, but I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I grew up working for a lot of these people. I remember Steve Hollis that convicted G. Steve Hollis used to be a lawyer. I had to deal with Steve Hollis when I opened Chad Club and got popped. He's always been fair to me. That's weird. Like, I've known that guy for a long time. Everybody white ain't out to get you. But the G shit is foul. Like, that's too much time for the meth. I think they did that because he took it to court. Because when you look at it, you're paying taxpayers' money. They got to bring a judge in, the lawyers, all the fees, and you beat the crowd. And this is Jasper. They need the money. So I think they took that out on G. But I've known Hollis and his family for a long time. Steve Hollis was a great guy to me. Like, I knew these, when I was committing all the crimes, I knew these guys. I used to mow Steve Hollis' mama yard, the game warden, the Century 21. Man, even when I was incarcerated, these motherfuckers write me. So our people, just because they're a certain race, are not bad. But where you are, you have to know how to move. I'm trying to put this in the best words I know how, and I'm trying to inspire kids, man. Like, ain't nothing good about being gangster. Ain't nothing good about selling dope. If you can get out of that and get your education and change your life, you do that. And you come back and help your friends that are caught in that situation to where they have to sell dope and be gangster. You should only do that if there's no other way out. Like, that ain't something to be glorified. I know y'all see rappers glorifying that shit. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. You only in certain situations because the situations are that. Who wants to be a gangster when you're rich? Don't look at these dumbass rappers that get rich and want to be gangsters. That ain't life, man. You want to be a person of respect, loyalty, honest. Like, you want to be all the things that you try to be in everybody. Nobody wants to be a fucking idiot. And if you go down that path more like you are, you have to get your shit right. If you have fucked up, you can beat it as long as you don't got no serious time. Let's fix it. We can do better. I've done it. I ain't where I'm supposed to be, but nigga, I ain't going to jail. I'm not running from the cops. I'm not selling dope. I got a roof over my head. I ain't never worried about no money. Never. You know what I mean? And if I can, I help a lot of people. I don't, man, you know. Another story. When I had got out to join, I think it was Brian's ex-wife, Kim. She was like, Corey, you should go to Jasper and speak to the kids in high school and tell them what you've been through and where they can go. And, you know, I would do that maybe one day, but not Jasper. Jasper's so fucked up, them niggas might find a reason to come block me. I feel like if I go to Jasper and try to help some kids and down there talking in the school, they will find a way to come in that bitch and lock me up. No, I ain't fucking with no goddamn Jasper. Not like that. Not at no high school that employs no goddamn Coach Rogers. To put me working a summer school job in a ditch on Martin Luther King's Day. Yeah, I remember all that shit. I will not speak at a school that is more than likely racial funded. You know, Jasper is a good place to. Oh, I used to say Jasper's a good place to raise your kids. I don't even know about that anymore. It seems like if you're successful in Jasper, you end up getting popped eventually. But I'm just ranting now. I don't want to go too far. I'm just saying. I'm trying to inspire some kids. Like, if you done been through shit, don't give up. No matter what you've been through, you can break through it. As long as you don't got no serious shit. Even if you got 10 years, nigga, if you 20, you 30, you still can make it. Get your shit right. Your story can be brilliant. You can be somebody to reconcile with. Everybody can turn their life around. And you are not what everybody says you are. You have to look in yourself and know who you are, and that's who you are. Because when you commit shit, people always look at you as that. And I'm a living example. People still think I'm a fucking menace to society. Nigga, I ain't nothing like that. I'm trying to live. I don't want no problem. I want to be able to fucking live in the big house. I want the nice car. I want the wife. I want the money. I want legit. I want everything everybody else got. I'm a human being that done fucked up, but that's not who I am. So if you're going through that as a young person, you can change your life, but sometimes you have to leave your circle because they see you as that person. So that's how I'm gonna elaborate on that, because if I keep going, I probably end up into another story. But this is another story, and you see how long they go. This is like 20-some minutes. And I just want to inspire shit, man. I'm nothing special. I don't have shit. I'm just a regular guy that's hustling, but I ain't in and out of jail, nigga. I ain't got no laws chasing after me. I'm stress free. I don't worry about paying no fucking bills. I go where I want to go. I do what I want to do. I fuck what bitch I want to. Even though that ain't the big deal. Like, a bitch is a bitch. Like, I ain't like. But I'm just saying, I do what I want to do. So, life is good. We all can grow. And we all are growing. If you're trying to live. If you're still stuck in the past, then you will be stuck in the past. You will deal with those same issues. You'll end up in prison. You can end up dead. You can end up shot. You can end up dealing with retarded motherfuckers like Pondexter and the Fords and the system and the Jasper and the cops. Man, Jasper kick your door down for a ticket. Anyway, I'm just saying all that to say, man, hey, whatever you're going through, that's all inspired to do better. And that's including me, and I will. Thank you for taking out the time to listen to me rant. Hopefully I inspired somebody. If it didn't, it's alright. If you don't like it, leave a comment. Say you don't like it. It's okay, man. I do this to spark conversation. And I like telling my stories. Like, I have a lot of motherfucking stories. And I don't mean to offend nobody, but it's my story. I have to tell my life. And this is just what happens, the truth. Thank you. Luke.